Hi there, I'm Rita Bennett, and I'll be your instructor for Introduction to Jazz. This is a class taught at Nash Community College online, and the number is MUS-112. I'm glad you chose this course, and I want to begin by welcoming you to the class. I also want to give you some background information on me so you can get to know me a little better, and I look forward to getting to know you. First thing you need to know about me is my main instrument is piano. I began playing as an 8-year-old and enjoyed that all the way through school. And the bigger the piano, the better. And I went to Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia to get an undergraduate degree. My emphasis was piano. The degree was a comprehensive degree, K through 12, for band and chorus. And I had a good time there and wasn't quite done, so I continued on to Bowling Green State University. This is more musical arts complex, which housed the music at the time that I was there. And this is Bryan Recital Hall, where I gave my graduate recital. Uh, Returning just for a moment to Marshall University, I got to hear a couple of really good bands there because they host a weekend jazz festival, or at least they did in the years that I studied there. So I actually have heard live great bands like the Woody Herman Thundering Herd and the Stan Kenton Jazz Band. These days, and for quite a while now, I've taught in the public schools during as my day job. And right now I'm in Wilson County teaching band and chorus in a rural school. And I just want to alert you that I don't get very good connectivity out there. So I will be picking up messages in the evenings or in the very early mornings. So don't get discouraged if you can't get me right away. My phone really doesn't work in the building much of the time. I also carry a very active schedule because from time to time I get called upon to play for a musical theater production. And I've got two coming up this fall. One is called Magic to Do. It's at Barton College a couple Fridays from now, Friday, September the 10th, and it's a Stephen Schwartz review. You might know some of the shows that Stephen Schwartz has written. Things like Wicked and Pippin and the music for Hunchback from Notre Dame and Godspell. And I'm sure I'm forgetting a bunch. He's been active for a very long time. Following that, I will join Stage Struck out of Goldsboro for a performance of Annie, and I believe that doesn't go live until maybe November. And here's a little perusal of some of the shows that I've done recently. Stephen Sondheim, Andrew Lloyd Webber, Les Mis, one of my favorite shows, and I would urge everybody to see that. And then a performance called Jazz It Up that was based on swing music, and that was done with singers singing with the Starlight Dance Band, and that's a band from Goldsboro that I'm actually a part of. I've been playing with them for about 3 years now. What do I do, you might wonder, that isn't music? Well, my passion outside of music is traveling. And I'm on a quest to visit all of the national parks. There's 63 in the United States. And this summer I actually visited my 45th park. So here's a snapshot of the Redwoods. And this one's of Carlsbad Cavern. And the webcam is covering up this beautiful nighttime photograph of the stars in Arches National Park. That's in Utah, and it's a really unique place. To the left here is Zion National Park in Utah, and that's actually a canyon that I've visited. And this is Bryce Canyon, probably my favorite place on earth, that or Haleakala in Hawaii. And then this is just a little clip of the rainforest. This summer, as I visited my 45th national park, I got to return to the Redwoods and was mostly in Washington State at Northern Cascades, Mount Rainier, and then this rainforest was in the Olympic National Park. And here's a photo of some of the other parks I've been to, or just some things I put together. Me with my bicycle in Acadia National Park, which is in Maine. Here I am at Bryce, and right here I was on a whale watch, not a national park, but it was a successful whale watch. Got to see a few whales off Eastport, Maine, and that's the easternmost city in continental USA. Here's a visit to the Grand Canyon with some retired teacher colleagues of mine who had never traveled, and I dragged them out to the Grand Canyon. And this is Mesa Verde. It was either my second or third visit. That's in the southwestern corner of Colorado. And then this is actually from this summer. It was the end of the Lewis and Clark Trail, and that's in Seaside, Oregon. So I really do get around. Back to this course. It's a general education course, and I hope it's a lot of fun for you. Enjoying the joy of learning about jazz is a unique opportunity, and it's a unique gift to the world that comes directly from the melting pot in America. So many different factors that we'll be learning about. You'll have access to the music and the e-text through Connect, and you'll be able to read everything online. If you prefer a hard textbook, as I do, you can buy one of those, and I think they're fairly reasonable. The pictures are excellent in it, and they also have these listing guides, and it's always very useful as you're listening to some of the musical examples to follow along, and you can see the time, and the listing guide will prompt you to pay attention to a particular new thing in the music, help your understanding and develop your ear and a keener understanding of what's going on. We'll be using Connect for quizzes that are based on the reading, and other weekly assignments that will all be found on Moodle. This class does have a large listening component, and I want you to ask you to create time to do all the listening activities that are assigned, because that's what you need to do to get the most out of this course. Jazz is best understood through the music itself. Reading about it is fun and will enlighten you, but actually delving into the music is the best way to leave with a sense that you have a grasp of this subject. I hope that the way you listen to the music changes over time, that you develop a keener ear and more enjoyment for what you hear, and that you're exposed to some music that you might never have come across on your own. New materials posted every week on Mondays, and assignments will be due on Sundays at 11:59 p.m. It's really critical that you do the assignments and that you post them on time, because as an online course, that's how we take attendance, and to get credit for the course, we have to have that weekly attendance. Some of the quizzes will be on reading materials, some will be on listening, some may facilitate some interaction or discussion and be shorter assignments. There will be one paper, and I hope it's something that you enjoy. We'll suggest some live jazz performances that you can either go to locally if we can find those, or regionally perhaps, or some resources online that you might need to use to do this portion of the assignment. And there'll be more about that later, so we'll look out for that. I want to draw your attention right now to this photograph, A Great Day in Harlem. It's from 1958, and there's just an incredible amount of talent in this picture. It's a treasure that we have this picture, because there's so many great jazz performers in this one photograph, and this connects very well to our textbook. And as I prepare to sign off here, I want to say that my biggest hope for you is that you'll discover an artist or an album or a style of jazz that you simply adore and that you carry with you for the rest of your life, and that this entire course helps you to enjoy music more fully. I'm so glad you're here, and I look forward to getting